Sports, and we've got a duel in the Lone Star State. It's the Jags and the Texans next on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we jump right into this new season with an AFC South matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Laviska Shenault, 69 yards. And the Jaguars are on the board here first in the season opener. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Texans ready to take over here on offense, and it's Deshaun Watson at the controls in his 5th season now in the NFL.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Lindsay now off the read option. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled.
You know, it was tough for them to stand on the sidelines and watch the other team take it downfield and score, wasn't it? So they knew when they got on the field, it's on them. Pick up first downs, get downfield and score. How about them picking up that 3rd and short?
I was just going to say, you and I were talking before the game, those 3rd down conversions are going to be huge in this one. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. Well, CD, certainly plenty of storylines at the beginning of every new NFL season, but one that a lot of folks are going to be tuning in to see revolves around this defense, as our game features the first ever female defensive coordinator in the NFL, Alexandra Bishop. And from top to bottom, this is just a fantastic story.
I absolutely agree with you on that one, partner, because she's a football lifer. Studied her father in Pennsylvania, and he was and is one of the great high school coaches in the country. Won a number of state championships, and she fell in love with the game through him. But the best part about all of this, she's paid her dues, worked her way up from being a coaching intern to a position coach, and now she has the opportunity to run an NFL defense. And we in the league couldn't be happier for her.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw, Watson. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. K'Lavon Chaisson. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. On 2nd down now. It's Lindsay. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Now it's Watson. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. Well, if you pull up his college highlight reel, you will see no shortage of great throws. And here's one in his NFL debut for big yardage.
And this is going to be a big test early in his career. How accurate can he be on throws like this? If he keeps doing that, he's going to be just fine.
A throw complete to Dorsett. They juked him. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. They'll come up now with a clock showing 3 seconds to go here in the first. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark there to make the grab. And the Jaguars lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll make the score 14-0. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's Dorsett. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
Another completion there. You know, we think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that, but, Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden, too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is in the beginning of his career, an added burden, but it's one of those things that if you play well, it becomes something that justifies why you were taken #1. You're fine with that. If you don't play well, it can be an albatross.
He's got it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Well, another completion there. What a big moment. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it. Let's go, boys!
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. They go play action here on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. On play action, they'll throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Philip Dorsett there to make the grab. And the Jaguars are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. The football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Watson's throw taken in there by Cooks. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Here's Watson. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Malcolm Brown coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
And this offensive line, as we all remember, allowed 50 sacks last year, tied for the 2nd most in the NFL. They vowed new techniques, a few new players, but so far, not quite getting it done.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. On the NFL scoreboard, 2nd quarter in Nashville. And the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. Kyler Murray with 1 touchdown pass thus far. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going deep here for Landry. Oh, wide open, complete. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you win.
Previous play is under review.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football, and this is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your shoot.
We got this.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And that nearly intercepted. Oh, a chance at a big play in his own end zone. But instead, 3rd down coming up.
And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Jags continue to pull away here in this first half.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Josh Lambeau will kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. And that is incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Dorsett on the return. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. right, Coach. Thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Here comes Cobb. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now, so as you mentioned, trying to...
And a loose football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it'll be third down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Throwing on third down, Watson. He'll dump this one off to Lindsey. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to make it fourth down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now back to throw.
That's pulled in, the veteran Carter Landry.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now a throw here, hauled in. Touchdown! Colin Johnson, 27 yards.
And the Jaguars open the lead up to 34-0. So this looking more and more like it is going to be a successful kickoff to their campaign as they add on here.
And partner, you know NFL coaches, they're on the sideline thinking about all the little things that need correcting. But for the most part, they've got to be ecstatic with the way this season has started out.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now.
Josh Lambeau, the kickoff for Jacksonville.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Here comes Cobb.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play. Just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Let's go, B, let's go. Hey, let's get there. 49, go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson, screen pass to Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And nobody in the stadium feels better than he does right now. Just a slew of touchdown passes. He's been spectacular.
And you and I both know this is a team game, one of the best team games that's out there. But right now, I've forgotten what the scoreboard even says. Just watching what he's doing.
Been fun.
That's been mesmerizing and a whole lot of fun to watch.
He's hoping to keep it going here in the 3rd quarter. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And Shark calls it in.
And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Philip Dorsett. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Jaguars have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and it is 42-0. So that drive, 4 plays, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Here comes Cobb.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
We can't have that.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. They're going to look to throw. This is caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Carter Landry
there to make the grab. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Here comes Cobb.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Malcolm Brown at 3 bills and some change comes in to drop the hammer.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front and getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you've got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Here comes Cobb. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been. And he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
They'll run it. This is James Robinson.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47.
Again, it's Robinson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. On 1st down, it's Robinson. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Every time I see James Robinson make a run, as we just saw there, one word comes to mind for me, and that's determined. Undrafted, out of Illinois State, always doubted, and all he did, finished 6th in the NFL in rushing. What a find he was in 2020, and he expects that to continue in 2021.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch it. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. And he will not get away. He sacked back around the 3-yard line. It'll go as a sack for a loss of a yard, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Steps away to his, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Lambo on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. But Houston's offense taking over again. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. On 2nd and 10, Watson. He'll find Lindsey here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And this one is incomplete. So, Charles, how impressed have you been by this defense? As we talked earlier, Alex Bishop may be on her way to a victory in her debut as defensive coordinator.
I don't think you can help but be impressed because I believe she's called a great game. Defense looks to be a cohesive unit, and the first thing you say when you see that, that's a byproduct of good coaching. She's doing a really nice job.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
Watson looks to throw again. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the Jags are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
It's a gain of a yard.